Good evening and salutations, my Days of Alliance fans. So, I want to start off with Kayla and Steve because since I've been watching this show, and for some odd reason, I'm just now picking up on this, which is kind of annoying me. But in a lot of ways, Kayla is she's kind of a nag, right? So after she talks to Jada about the DID thing with Everett and her past experience with Abby, and she hears about the shooting. She goes to the hospital. She sees Steve, and Stephanie's there. Right, Stephanie gets in there and everything, and she hears about their plan was and everything like that, and she starts to lecture him a little bit, right? And she gets to a point. She's like, Stephanie, why don't you sit there and go outside and go and do something or whatever? And Steve makes this joke like, oh, the nurses aren't going to really do anything. She's head honcho, whatever. So Stephanie leaves. My whole thing about this lecture is maybe you should sit there and think about the fact that, he's alive. How about you think about that? How about you be grateful that he's alive? That's number one. Number two, do you really think this is the best time to be sitting there lecturing him when he has a hole in his stomach? Like, common sense would sit there and be like, you know what, I'll lay into him a little bit later on after he's healed up and everything. Not while he still has this hole in his stomach or whatever. No, she just goes full blown into lecture mode. Now, I'm not saying some of the stuff that she had to complain about was entirely wrong, right? One of the things that she's annoyed about is the fact that it's supposed to be a partnership, but he's always making those decisions, about the plan and everything like that. Didn't tell her about that. Statesville, whatever, with Clyde. Just a lot of stuff that he does without Cynthia telling her is something that she's just having a problem with. I get that, okay? I understand that she's not wrong about that. Her feelings are valid when it comes towards that, but her timing is the problem. So, Jada gets to the house. She gets to the backyard and everything. And before she even gets there, Alex is all like, oh, we had the situation under control. You had the situation under control. You ran up in the situation with no weapon whatsoever. Okay? And then when Brady got there, he couldn't even get a clear shot. So, what situation did you have under control? On top of that, when they got to the ground, I didn't sit there and see either one of you two idiots that they're trying to run over there and try to stop Constantine from choking the living life out of Teresa. So, again, where was the situation actually handled? So, Jada gets there, and in a lot of ways, you got Brady and Alex just throwing Xander under the bus because they're POSs. Teresa did sit there and say he did save me, but I was also kind of in the way. He had no problem sitting there shooting. I'm like, okay, that was kind of ungrateful. Xander's like, what are you talking about? Like I went up not just doing the world a favor, whatever, but like I went up saving her. Like, how you sitting there treating me like I'm the bad guy? And Jada makes this remark about how, oh well, you could have shot this person in the leg, you could have shot this person in the arm. I'm just like, whenever you sit there and you have to sit there and take a life, would you like those stupid ass questions to be asked upon you? No? Okay. That's what I thought. But she takes him down to the station. Sarah gets there. Melinda eventually drops the charges like she should. But Xander's not entirely happy because he's like, I wouldn't know who the accomplice was. Brady takes Teresa to the house or whatever, and she thanks him, and also is like, seeing how I kind of screwed you over, not that long ago, I really appreciated it. I think he should have probably been a little more upset with her, but he's like, oh, you're the mother of my child, or some crap like that. So it's like, oh, okay. I see she just gets a pass for that. That's fine. Alex comes over, and he just acts like a complete and utter dick. He's like, hey, listen, I can take it over. I can take care. I can take over from here. So beat it, bro. First of all, you're so out of pocket for so many different reasons. I don't even know where to begin. All he was meant to do was sitting with her. You came over there with this alpha energy, like, oh, I'm laying ish down or whatever. I'm like, bro, calm down. On top of that, you do realize that they do share a child together, right? So you're not always going to be able to sit there and pull that sort of BS card that you just did. Second of all, you doing all that for Teresa? Really? You doing all that for Teresa? Hey. He does eventually leave, and he's like, "Oh well, I'm sorry about acting like a jerk." No, you're not. I just wanted to let him know, where my place was. That's like to say you want to mark your territory. Nice. That's really good. He did sit there and say that he'll never say this, but he thanks Xander for ridding the world of Constantine. Now he still sit there talking about how my father this and my father that, and I'm just like, he just said that he wasn't that Victor isn't your dad. He just said that yesterday. I mean, I know it's a little sick, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say that. So today's episode is like he just kind of he finally does a sentence for that. I don't exactly remember what it was, but he found like another sentence for that, like it was some sort of offhand thing. It was like, no, this wasn't offhand. He literally just sat there and said that Victor isn't your father. There was no offhand comment. That's just what he said. Okay, sure, whatever. Now Stephanie was talking to Marlena about Everett. And bottom line is that Bobby is not letting Everett come out to play. Okay? He's keeping him locked in there, and who knows when he's going to come out. So that's pretty much the status on that. And they said they were going to be moving him to Bellevue or whatever. So now John, when he got to the hospital at the time, Stephanie about Steve came to Marlena and was like, yeah, the car didn't work, but it sort of did. Right? He's like, when Constantine tried to order him, to take out Maggie, he was able to resist. But when the car was on the floor, it's like it had that lingering thoughts of what he said. And he even said that he was going to sit there and take out Steve if it wasn't for that phone call. So he was like, oh, I got to leave Salem. I got to go to Greece to pay my respects for a woman that I don't even remember killing. Essentially, that's what that sentence is. You're going to leave Salem to go to Greece to make amends for someone you don't even know if you actually killed. And somehow, this makes sense to you. Bro, listen, I get it. The guy wants to go on vacation. I'm all for that. But sending to Greece for something that you don't even know if he even did or not just seems stupid. It just seems dumb. Anyway, I feel like that's about it for the most part. I might have forgotten maybe one or two things, but that is the gist of the episode. Now, of course, if I miss anything, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows during our hospital days of our lives, bold and beautiful, young and restless. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.